labda huna kelele. Takarika na belinda hata mimi mwenyewe. Ungependa situlia kati wewe unaenda mbele. Lakini mimi nimekupenda though. I don't know why you treat me like a criminal. Eish, we were just together though. On the same line, right presidential though. Some man I go rough like John Cena. Some man I get rough like John Cena. He used to be cool when I used to come through. Now you wanna act tough like John Cena. Hey, G G G G G G G G G G G G G. Some gala want beef like hyena. Some gala get beat like Serena. Hey, ha, hey. Some gala take shots like tequila. Get it down. G G G G. Hey, bo G G G G G G G. Hey, G G G. Alright, T-Boy the flame. DJ Exit. You guys did a lot there. No, it's too much. Shit. Kwanza, cheza kama wewe hutaki. Pili, kata kama mishkaki. Tatu, ingia hapa katikati. Toka jasho unaloa kama ni samaki. Cheza kama wewe hutaki. Kata kama mishkaki. Ingia hapa katikati. Toka jasho unaloa kama ni samaki. Shisha. G G G G. Get it? Some man I act rough like John Cena. Some man I get buff like John Cena. He used to be cool when I used to come through. Now you wanna act tough like John Cena. G G G G G G G G. Some gala want beef like hyena. Some gala get beat up Serena. The gala get loud, the gala get wild. Some gala take shots like tequila. Hypo, hypo. It's too much. Show my judge. Flourish and multiply forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Yeah. Hey, hey. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Python project portfolio lab, our second one indeed. And you guys are really coming in, anticipation everywhere. You want to learn already. Python is not biting you, and I'm so glad for that. So guys, if you know your squad, your squads are not here, if you know your peers are not here, it's time to just go and drag them in here, because you wouldn't want to miss the session. I can promise you'll be building. So there is nothing you want to miss in this session. So you wouldn't even also want your peers to miss out on this session. So yeah, meet me, Anibete Tkodo, your amazing host. Yeah. Yeah, I love Python too, Joshua, and I'm your community ambassador. And yeah, on to the next slide, please. And our agenda for today is our rules of engagement, our main session, our Q&A, and our update and announcement that you guys will have to clean your hair. Like, you guys have to just wait till this moment so that you do not miss out on anything, because as you love Python, you have to love the information coming from Python too. So yes, and our rules of engagement will be, if you got any questions, please post them on the Q&A section, and also feel free to use the chat liberally and respectfully. We'll be opening the chat ad hoc throughout the session so we can engage, so it's not going to be a dull moment. And yeah, it's time for us to listen, it's time for us to learn, it's time for us to engage. In fact, I should even add build, because you are not just going to come here and listen, learn, and just go like that. You're going to build something that tomorrow you will have a portfolio with pages of value. So yes, on to the next slide as we make welcome our data scientist and technical mentor, Shagu Lawal. Can you guys put it up? Like, I'm not seeing reactions here, so you guys should give us the reactions.
All right. Good day, everyone. Please, can you confirm in the chat that you can hear me clearly? Just a yes or a thumbs up in the chat that you can hear me clearly. Okay, great. Thank you. Welcome to another session of Python, of learning and building. Okay, Joshua said I shouldn't be fast. All right, cool. I'm not gonna be fast today. So good day, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for the introduction, Aniebet. And yeah, how are you guys doing? How is How is your interaction with Python? I would like to know on the chat, what has your experience with being with Python so far? How you describe your experience with Python so far? Oh, challenging. It's very much understood. You don't have to worry so much. You keep learning every day. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Last week was fun, great and exciting. Okay, all right, all right. Good, good, good. Yeah, yeah. So now, thank you for honest reaction. But I'll just quickly say this, right? You have to practice, right? With each passing week, you have to keep practicing, right? Just like any other language you're learning, you have to keep speaking the language. So the only way to learn Python is to practice. So you have to try and invest so much time in learning Python. As I said before, you should be coding every day. Now that you've started Python, right? There shouldn't be a day that goes by without you writing a code, right? So please and please, no matter how difficult it may seem or it may be, just keep on practicing, all right? Good. Let's have our icebreaker. So, what is something exciting that you've learned about Python this week? We know that there's so much coming, so much content coming. So, what is something exciting? What is something fun you've learned about Python this week? Can I get your reactions in the chat? I would tell you what I've learned about Python. All right, I've been coding in Python for a few years now. But what I've learned about Python is that the more you practice, the more you know. That's what I've learned about Python, right? The more you practice, the more you study, the more you use Python to build things, the more you learn. The more you learn, right? Okay, good. Somebody said dictionary comprehension. Somebody said data structure, dictionary. That's nice. That's nice. Very important. I will say this. Please do not cram. Try your best not to memorize. Don't start cramming concepts, right? Understand concepts and whatever thing that you need to know, you can just quickly Google it. So, because if you want to cram, there's so much to cram that you can't keep up with all there is to know, right? So, the most important thing is understand the basic concepts and whatever thing that you feel like you need to cram or no, just make sure that you work hand in hand with Google by your side, right? You cannot memorize everything, but you can understand the basic concepts, then use Google for the rest. Okay. All right, good. So we're going to move into our learning outcome for today. What do we want to really achieve today? So at the end of today's webinar, what we want you to know is we want you to understand and then apply conditional statements, for loops, and functions. These are the three concepts we like to teach today: conditional statements, for loops, and functions, right? Now, when we learn this concept today, we shall use it to build something very interesting. Now, you would see another fun side of Python, right? We're going to use it to what? We will build a guess the number game, right? So you have played games on what do you call it? For those of you that use iPhone, iStore, and those of you that use Android, you have downloaded games from Google Play Store. Some of those games you play were built with Python, right? So we're going to build a fun game today, guess the number, and we're going to apply this principle, this concept, right? So that you get to know that Python could be used to build fun things, right? Good. So quickly, we're going to move into the session, right? We're going to build together. So when this what do you call it, slides will be released, okay, you can see that there's no hyperlink here. I'm going to put the link to the notebook here, right? So there's no notebook. We're going to build together, right? So this is not the previous webinar you're used to back in your data analysis time. This is a project portfolio lab where we come together and we build together, meaning that it's not like I've built something and I'm not coming to show you, oh, this is what I've built. No, we will come together, put our heads together, understand the concept together, and we will build the concept together. So this is a project portfolio lab, right? So with what we have done today, you're going to take that, optimize it, and put it on GitHub, or you can even go further to put it on LinkedIn as a project that you have done, right? I showed you how to put the project on GitHub last week. I'm going to show it again. And if there is time, I will show you how to display the work you have done on LinkedIn, right? This is going to be a fun time, right? Every week we discover that Python is, yes, challenging. I'm not going to deny that it's challenging, but it's also very fun and engaging, right? So we're going to quickly move to our notebook. So I'm going to start from scratch, right? So I'm going to exit and yeah, you can see my screen. Let me go to here. So before I start, let me come to this. So I believe you can see this folder, right? This is the project we built last week, right? So I also want to show you how to organize your folders, right? So I have a folder on my desktop. This is personal expenses tracker, the one we built last week, right? So I want to create a folder where I will keep all my projects. So I'll create a new folder. I will name it Python portfolio projects, right? Good. I'll name it Python portfolio projects. I'll take this folder and put it in here. Then I'll open this. Let me bring it. Oh, it's too large. So I believe you can see it. So this is the personal expenses tracker. I'll put a new folder and say, I'll call this one guess the number game. Let me move here. Guess the, okay, let me put it in all small letters. Guess the number game. All right. So I have my desktop, I have my two folders, right? Good. So I would go to my browser. Where is it? I think this is it. Good, this is it. Now I'll open my Jupyter notebook. Where's my Jupyter notebook? Learning. Where's my tools? Yeah, Jupyter. All right. I do believe you can see the screen. Okay. Hope you can see it well. All right, so I'll go to my Jupyter notebook. Now, as I said the last time, don't just come to Jupyter notebook and open notebook anywhere. If you open a notebook on Jupyter, you should know where the notebook is located on your desktop computer, right? On your desktop, on your laptop. So I'm going to come here. I want to put the notebook inside this folder, inside Guess the Notebook game, right? So I'll come to my, what do you call it? Home. Yeah. So I go to desktop. You can see I go to no, not documents. Not documents. I'm going to come. I need to go to desktop. Good. You can see the folder, Python portfolio project. I open the folder, guess the number game. Okay, it's empty. You can see the project we did last week, personal expenses tracker, right? So I'm going to go to guess the number game. Then I'll right click and I'll say new. I will name it. Yes, it's Python kernel 3 I want to use. So I will rename it guess the number game. Right. If you have any tech questions, you can ask it on the chat. And one of the technical mentors on the call will respond to it. Good. Now I want to start with guess the number game, right? Let me start with memorize something very fancy, right? Okay. So this is, as I said, when you click on a cell, if you look at the top here, you will see that, sorry, let me get my annotation pointer. No, yeah, good. So when you come to a cell, right, you will see that this is a code. So if I say print hello and I run the cell, it's going to print because it is a code cell, right? So if I want to change it to a markdown, all I need to do is press Command M or Control M, or I simply come top here and say make it a markdown. Good. We'll make it a markdown. So we want to play it again. So let's say 1, 2. Okay, we'll start with hash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guess the number game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Just looking good, right? And somebody say, I'm using Python Conda based kernel. Does that still make sense? Yes. If you can install your Jupyter notebook on that place, install every requirement for what you want to do, yeah, it should work fine. If you can install your Jupyter notebook, install all packages, then it should work fine. Okay. Oh, sorry. Sorry. My English. Guess the number game. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Sorry, it was a mistake, right? Even data scientists and Python learners make mistakes, right? Yes, you can actually use Google Colab, right? You can use Google Colab. I said it last week. So quickly, let me go to my drive. Let me go to my drive. Remember, I said you right click and you come to more. You can see Google Collaboratory and it will load. So you can use Google Colab, right? You can use it. Of course, but this one you have to be online. On your local machine, you don't have to be online. And yeah, we are good. Once I connect to the listing, it's connecting. Somebody's asking where they can get recording. Probably at the end of the webinar, Aniabet will share where we tell you how you can get the recording. But you should have access to the record. If you have any what do you call it? Squad, you can just ask your squad members, right? Go to the eHub, ask your squad members where you can get the recording. I believe somebody among them will be able to direct you on how you can get it. So you can just put text and you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guess the number game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you run it. So yeah, we can actually run it on Google Colab. All right, good. So when you're finished running on Google Colab, you just say file, where's download? There should be download somewhere. Okay, yeah, download. You can see you either download it as a Jupyter notebook and you're good to go. But I'm not using this, so I'm going to move back to my Jupyter notebook. There's the number game. Right, good. So as I said, we want to start by learning 3 concepts, okay? I told you about conditional statements, for loops, and functions. So let me quickly write them down. So before you move this notebook, when I share the notebook, before you move it to, what do you call it? GitHub, right? Tidy the notebook, like remove this unnecessary learning parts. Okay, good. So we're going to learn 3 concepts. The first one is conditional statements, or you can call it control flow, or you can also call it logic. All right, or logical statement, logic statement, or logical statement, any of them, right? They all mean the same thing. The next point we're going to look at is for loop, and we're going to look at functions. Good. So we're going to start with conditional statements, right? Let me put it like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, it's conditional statements. Good. Now, what are conditional statements, right? Remember we did this thing back when we did the flowchart and pseudocode. If anybody remember in DA, when we're doing the data analysis course, what do you understand by conditional statement? Anybody in simple English? Put it in the chat. Anybody? We can't remember conditional statement. Annabelle, please, is the chat open? Okay, okay, okay. All right, thank you. The chat is open. Producing an output when when a given condition is met. Exactly. If good, it's where we have the if statement. Else if exactly, exactly, exactly. Exactly. Those are conditional statements. So before an action is carried out, a condition must be met. It's where we have that flow chart and the pseudocode, right? So it's a statement. We have a statement that is based on the condition. If a condition is met, we take a certain action. If a condition is not met, we not take that action. We take the subsequent action, right? Good. Now we're gonna give an analogy of how to create a conditional statement. So we have the conditions, then we write our follow. So we have the existing conditions, then based on the input, that will determine the conditions, right? So I was thinking of what conditions we can use, and I will say, okay, fine. So as I said, yes, decision making in code. Exactly, exactly. That's another way to express it. Thank you, Olainka. So as I said, we're going to work this together, right? So one example that came to mind was age, right? So we're going to put categories of age, and you guys are going to help me to categorize it, right? So we're going to put the condition. So let's start by let me say let's state the conditions. Conditions. All right. It's rarely people call me Lawal. People call me Shegun. Like Lawal is my surname, right? But people rarely call me Lawal. But cool, cool, cool. All right, so let's set the conditions, right? So for example, one categorize age. All right. So what age range will we call a child? Anybody? Anybody? As I said, we are building this together. I'm not building it. We are building it together, right? So let's create conditions, okay? What's the age range you will say is a child? Anybody from age what to what? 0 to 12. All right, 0 to 12. All right, 0 to 12 is we give us child, right? Child. Okay. So from 13 to what is teenage age? 13 to If 13 to 18 is teenage, then where lives 19? I felt 19 is still a teenager. Yeah, I think it should be 13 to 19. Are we going to call it teens or teenager? Is it teens or teenager? Teenager. Teens. Okay, somebody say teens. Let's use teens. Teens. Good. So from 19, from 20 to what now is what next? Like after teenage years, what do we have? Young adults. Okay, I like that one. Young adult. Young adult. Okay, 20 to what? 35. Oh, 35. 20 to 35 is young adults. Good. 36. 36 to okay, somebody say youth. Okay, young adults or youth. Youth. Okay, good. Good. Youth, young adults or youth. All right, good. So 36 to what? What's the next? What comes about young adults? Adults, right? 36 to something will now be adult. Middle-aged adults. Okay, so 36 to what? 45. Somebody say 36. Okay, 36 to 45. Oh, 36 to 40. Okay, now can you guys help me now? 36 to 50. Okay, 36 to 50 is what do you guys call it again? Middle-aged adults. Can somebody type it for me? I missed it. Adult. Adults. Okay. Okay, middle-aged adults or middle-aged. Okay, good. So the next is 51. 51 to 51 to what now? And above, or should I put it? 51 and above. I think 51 and above is better. 51 and above. So what will 51 and above be called? Elder, senior citizen. Okay, I like that. Senior citizen. Okay, good. Somebody put that. Like, that was harsh. That's harsh. I hope we don't have 51 above elderly. Okay, senior citizen or elderly. Okay, good. No debt, no debt, right? We hope we all live long. Good. Now, this is the category. These are the categories we have. Good. Now, what do you want to achieve now? I hope you guys can see, right? I hope you can see it clearly. Please, just can you help me indicate? You can see clearly the codes, what I'm writing. All right, thank you. Yeah, okay, cool. Now we're going to write. Oh, so you can see how Markdown rendered it, right? But I just want it to be separate, so I'm going to give a space between each. Okay, Control Z. No. All right, good. Okay, good, better. So we're going to write a conditional statement so that if we have an age as an input, we'll be able to get what do you call it? Each of these. So if somebody gives us their age, we should be able to categorize it. All right. Now we don't want to do it manually, we want to do it automated, right? That's why we want to write a function, right? So how do we do that? We start with an if statement. All right. If, so let's say we have a variable age, okay, is equals to, we don't know that yet, right? So let me put it a new set. So age will be equals to something, okay? So the variable I'm using is age. So we say if age, in ages, no, we're not doing for loop, right? We're doing if statement. So we'll say if age is, now we can less than or equals to 12. All right, we'll say print, what do we say? Child. Okay. Greater than 0 is equals to 20. Okay. 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 Somebody said greater than 0 equals to less than 20, right? Okay, fine. We assume nobody is negative, right? So it will also if okay, I see some people putting, okay, let me use that. If age is less than, if 0, okay, I love the way you put it. If 0 is less than equals to age, less than equals to 12. Okay, somebody put it like that. Good. So if 0 is less than equals to age, less than equals, so we don't have to get a negative number, right? Good. So if 0 less than equals to age or less than equals to 12, you print child, right? So what are we going to write next? Anybody? What comes next after here? Else if, yes. So if we just have only one condition, we use if, then we use else. But because we have multiple conditions, we use what? Else if. So this means else if. So how do we render this now? 13 to 19. Anybody? Okay, good. If 13 less than or equals to age less than or equals to 19, what are we going to print? Print teens. Good. Now this is how we're writing our control statement, right? Next thing we'll say another else if now we have gotten our format, right? 20 less than equals to age less than or equals to, what do we have next? So I want to put it in the center. So let me add the cell so it will be up in the center. Good. Less than or equals to what? Where are we? 20, 35. 35. Good. All right. Thanks for those guys helping on the chat. We'll print, what are we printing? Is youths or young adults. Good. Then we come to the next one. We have another elif, right? Else if 36 less than or equals to age less than or equals to 36, 50. 50. Then we have to print. We print what do we print? Adult. Let me just copy it here. Adult or middle-aged. Okay, somebody said put a space here. Okay, fine. Let's make it cool. But it will still work, but let's have a unified stuff, right? Good. So, what should we come next? Moving on 36. Okay, yeah. Good. Now, we don't need to start saying if. All we can do, we can now say else. That is every other age is print elderly or above or citizen. I hope people understand this part, right? It means if the person is none of these ages, it means the person should be 51 or above, 100, 200, whatever. It means the person should be a senior citizen, right? Good. So, I wanted to ask you, can somebody drop their age? But no, I'm not going to do that. So let's just test the code, right? Let's test. Let's start with age 10. If I put age 10, what should be the output? Child. So that's why we have child printed. So the loop started once it got here, it met this condition, it printed child. It didn't have to go through everything, right? So let's start with let's put 15. What would this give us? If I run 15, teens, right? So the for loop came here, it checked, it saw that it didn't meet, then it moved here and it met, then it moved on, right? Good. The next age, let's try 25. 25. What would this give us? This should give us youth or young adults, right? Let's try 35. 35. Still youth or young adults, right? Let's try 45. Adult or middle age, right? Let's try 55. Good. This is senior citizens, right? Adults or seniors. Good. Now, this is a very simple control flow. So with this logic, you can, adult, you can apply it to any concept of control flow, right? Good. So the next concept we're going to look at is, what's the next concept I said we're going to look at? Anybody? For loops, right? For loops. Good. Now we're going to assign a variable. I'm thinking of a variable. Okay. I want to put a list of all the beautiful things you want to achieve in life, right? That you don't have now, but you want to achieve in life. Can you put ideas in the chat? All the luxurious and wonderful things you want to have, you don't have now, but you're looking forward to having in life. Job. Okay, somebody say job. I saw wife. That's from a guy. I saw wife. I saw kids. Wow, this is a family meeting, right? This is a family project live. I saw dollars. I saw dollars. Oh, the chats are coming fast. Dollars. I saw mansion. Okay, I just look and type. Mansion. What else am I seeing? Scholarship. I saw scholarship. This is interesting. Somebody said a cat. A cat. That's nice. Someone say vacation. Ambassadorship. But what's that? Okay. Someone say travel. I think that's vacation. Mansion a private jet. Okay. Private jet. Private jet. Okay. Deals. Okay, good. Okay, peace. All right, that's nice. So if you notice, if I keep typing, we're gonna move into that end, but there's a nice way of doing it. So in the meantime, what variable should I call all this lists? Can somebody help me on the chat? What variable should we call this? Wish list. Okay. wish lists. Okay. Now, if I keep writing like this, you can see how it's moving and it may not be messy. So there's a smart way of writing it in Python, right? If you have a list and you want to keep writing, so if I keep adding stuffs here, you discover that we will now start having what they call this thing. I've forgotten what they call it, but I don't want it. So a smart way to do it is you put the list, you put it here, you press enter, and you start putting the list one after the other. So I'm going to pick all this, control cut. I can delete this and I'll put it like this. So where we have comma, so that it looks neat and tidy, right? Good, 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 good. It looks neat and tidy. So this is how you put things tidy and in order in Python. Okay, so these are the wish lists we have. So if I run it, I can print it. If I put it like this, it will print, or if I say print wish list to still print. Okay, good. So what if, now, remember what we did indexing, right? If I want to select job, I would say wish list, and I will index on, if I want to select job, what would be the index number of this? 0, 0, and I'll put job. If I want to select, say, vacation, what index number would that be? If I want to print vacation, 7. Are we sure? Are we sure it's 7? Okay, correct. Now, let's say I don't want to use this print. I don't want to print like this, right? I just want to print one after the other. I don't want to use this, right? I want to print it one after the other. So it means I have to say print wish list 0, for example, wish list 0. I'll now do like this, wish list 1. That's how I'll keep going until I get to, say, wish list. Is it up to 10? I don't know. I'm going to try. Okay, it's up to 10, right? Now, instead of doing this one after the other, for example, I wanted to print all of them manually. This is where we have for loops to iterate through it, right? So I say for wish in wish lists. Sorry, wish lists. Good. Print wish. Wish list is not referred. Oh, not wish list, wish. All right. You can see the error, right? You said the name wish lists. We used here wish list, not wish list. So we run it, and yeah, it has printed it one after the other. So this is a good example of a simple for loop, right? Good. Now we move on to functions. All right. All right, we'll go 1, 2, functions. Now, you must have come across a function, right? What do you understand by a Python function? Anybody? Anybody? A simple definition. What do you understand by a Python function? Reusable block of code. Good, good. Reusable block of code. All right. Now, there's one thing important I want to point out, right? Now, there are 2 things you can do with your ATM when you go to an ATM machine, right? You can either view your account balance or withdraw money. Okay. I just hope that all of us, when we get to the ATM machine, we actually withdraw money rather than just view our account balance. So if you view account balance, yeah, true. Can you deposit in ATM? Not the bank. I'm talking about the ATM machine, not the bank. Yeah, okay, yeah. Some machines can deposit, true. But we're looking at viewing your account balance and actually withdrawing. Good. So let's say we just want to view our account balance. Okay, have that concept in mind. So when you're, okay, let me put this. So in functions, we can, let me put it, view or print. And we have let me put it, withdraw. Withdraw. You know, we're using money for this, right? Withdraw or return. Okay, just remember these two concepts. Now, let me give a classical example of why function is useful, right? So let's say I want to print a greeting. Print the last person that sent the message on the chat is Junior. Let's say I want to say hello to Junior. Okay. Hello, Junior. Let me just put the message. Hope you are enjoying learning Python. Good. Now I print this message to Junior, okay? Now I want to print this message to who is the next person before him. I can't pronounce the name, but I'll put the name. What's his name? The person's name is, I can't pronounce it. Tundua. I hope I got the spelling. Okay. So let's say I want to print all this to all these people, right? Now I'll keep writing this over and over again. Why not just write, I put a function called greeting. So this is how you put function. Definition of let's say greeting. All right. And I'll take a name of a person, and I say print. Let me take this message like this. Hello. Let's say I put name here. And I put name, put comma, and I put this. Good. So I run it. What's the problem? Balance, and perhaps I forgot a comma. Oh, I forgot a comma here. All right, good. So if I want to write a message to a particular person, I will say greetings. Whose name should I put? The last person that just typed is, sorry, I can't pronounce your name, but yeah. So you can see I've printed. Okay, good, thank you. I've printed greetings. I can't pronounce this name. I'll give it a shot. No, I don't want to spoil your name. All right, so I've printed his name, and I'll say again, for example, I want to put another person who's the last person to chat. Oh, I can see Samuel, you volunteered your name. Okay. Samuel. All right, good. Now let me combine for loop and function, right? So I'm going to get a list of names. Lists of names, right? So I'm going to put names. Remember, I'll do our list. And so let me use the other two names I use. Okay, Control Z. Oh. What am I doing? What's that his name again? I've taken his name out. Okay, I can see it again. All right. Next. Okay, good. All right, good. I see people putting down their names. So let me put the other names we have. Payment, comma, Samuel. We had Junior earlier. Can see some name in the chat. I'll just take a few names. Rose. I see Rose in the chat. Rose. Hi. What name is this? Felix? I can't pronounce this name. Let me take two more. Oh, there are lots of names. Glory. Okay, let me just take one more because of time. Glory. Good. So we have a list of names, right? Now I want to say greetings to all these people and print out the greetings, but I don't want to repeat it over again. So I will just say for name in list of names. What do you call it? Print. Can I just call the function greetings? Yes. Greetings, and I'll put name. Now I've printed all these greetings, okay? So this is how sometimes emails are sent, right? You have, you see your email, dear, your name, right? Or your full name, then you see the same message sent to thousands of people. Is something similar like this that is being done. Good. So this is a good example, right? Now, this function, it doesn't return anything. It just prints, right? If we try to assign it to something, let's see if it will work. Let's say ABC. ABC. I don't know what variable to call. Let me see if it will work. Okay, fine. You see, it still prints. It was not really assigned to ABC. It still printed out something. You can see that this ABC is empty, right? Because this doesn't return anything. It just prints. It just like show your account balance, and your account balance shows only, right? So there's another way the function happens, right? If you only say return. So let's build a function that adds two numbers. Let's say dev addition. Okay, let's say A, comma B. Remember, when I did this, I ran it, it's print just say hello, glory, and it didn't print anything, right? But if I say ABC and I want to write a function that adds two numbers, let's say added. Let's call this variable added equals to A plus B. We'll now say return added. Okay, so I call this function. So if I create a variable, let's call this variable add numbers. It's equals to, now write the function. Let's say addition, we're going to put two numbers. Anybody give me two numbers in the chat? Anybody? 7 and 8. That's a number 7 and 8. And I ran it. You see that nothing was released because of this return. It's not just printing. It returned a value that's additional and assigned that value to this number. So if I print this number, you have 15. So when you have a function that only prints, the function that returns any value. When you have a function that has this return statement, it means it's returning an object that can be assigned to a variable. Good. So we have covered everything we need to cover for the project. Now we're going to get into the fun part of today, right? Now we're going to write what do you call it? A game. So let's do it like this. I want to teach you something very cool, right? Again, now, what will I call this session? Build the game. Build the game or game on. Anybody, do you have a good name for this session? We want to actually build the game. I don't know. Build the game on, whatever. Game on, let's play. Okay, I saw game on, let's play. All right. Somebody said, let the game begin. I like that. Let the games begin. Okay, let's take it like this. Let's not waste much time. But I like that. Let the games begin. So we want to create a game that says guess the number, right? So there will be a number. Now, this is how games are built in real world. This is how problems are solved or games are built, right? You think of the logic of what you want to do, right? So the first thing is, somebody say Game of Thrones. So the first thing, we want to build a game, guess a number. So there will be a number somewhere. We will try to guess that number. And if we get the number, we'll say, yes, we have gotten it. If we don't get the number, we'll say, no, we have not gotten it, right? So let's start. Okay, I like doing some fancy stuff. Print. Let's say one. No, let me start this time. Is this that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Guess the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Okay, I need to cover it in parentheses. Will it work? Oh, it didn't work because there's no parentheses. So we'll put it in parentheses and we print it. Guess the game. So I want this guess the game to move down one step. I can either say print, okay, Or let me put it like this. Let me put it here so you can easily see the difference, right? Let me take this out. So you can see, print the game, and you can see, you see there's a space up here, right? I like that space. Okay. There's another way you can achieve this without using the print on top. All right. You say, how did I put it? I can't remember. Something like, is it this? No, it's not that. Is this? Yeah, is it this? Yeah. So I achieved this with one code, right? So I need, okay, thank you. Somebody help me in the chat. Yeah, thanks, guys. So you see, it's cool. So either one will work. So I'm going to leave the two so that you can see the difference and how this is. So we're going to be using this /n. Next, is it next line? Yeah, I think it means next line. Good. Prints the game, okay? So let's say the secret number. Let's call that number secret. Now, I want to show you the steps, how people use Python to solve problems, right? You don't have one, okay, very important, I'll tell you guys. Data science, data analysis, software engineering, coding, life problem solutions are iterative, which means you go over it again. Okay, you do the first time, you don't make it. You do the second time, you don't make it. Or you do the first time, it went well, but you want to improve it. You keep going over it over and over again. All right. So if you do something over and over again, you will definitely improve on it, right? So that's how it is. So we're going to go over this game over and over again. Each time we're going over it, there will be an improvement on it, right? So let's call this secret number. This secret number we want to guess, right? Can anybody give me a random number? Let's say between 1 to 10. Okay. Number 8. Let me see the first number that came on the call on the chat. 7. Okay, so we'll go with 7. There were lots of numbers. Sorry, guys, I just had to pick one. Okay, number between 1 to 10, right? To 10. Good. Now, let's assume we can't see this number. We can see this number, but let's assume we can't see this number, right? So this is the secret number. Okay. Now we need a guess. Okay. Good. We need a guess. So can somebody, all right, let's guess a number. Let's assume we don't know the secret number. And I just tell you, guess a number between 1 to 10. Let's say 8. Good. 8. This is our guess. Now we're going to write a condition statement to help us capture whether we guess the number or not. Remember, we are assuming that we don't know the secret number. Okay? That's the logic. We do know it, right? But we assume we don't know it. So what are we going to use to do the logic? What are we going to start with? The logic. Anybody in the chat? If. Good. So we'll say if guess is equals to, in a single equal sign means assign 8 to guess, right? Okay, let me take it down. So move down. Assign 8 to guess, right? That's what single means. But if you want to use equals to, you use double sign. So if guess is equals to secret number, what should we print? So if I say guess a number and you guess correct, what should I print? No, I don't need true. I need the statement like you guess correct. It's a game, you win. No. You are correct. Okay, fine. Guess correct. Okay, you are correct. Okay, let's work with you are correct. Print. Hey, sharp. Okay, it's a game. Okay, let's make it a bit fun. Hooray! 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 I hope that's the spelling of hooray. Okay, guys, good. That's a nice one. Congratulations. You guessed right. Right? Good. Then we now put hey, that kind of celebration. Or let's put congratulations, you guessed right, something like that. Good. Congratulations, you get right. It's a game. Now, we now use L if the guess is greater than the secret number. What should we tell the person? Anybody? If guess is greater than secret number, what should we print? Let me see in the chat. Yeah, that's not the number. But we want to make it easy. How we want the person to know that, okay, fine, you guessed, but your number was greater than the secret number. Do you understand the concept? Oops, yeah, try again, but we want to make it easier for the person. Okay, guess okay, guess lower. Okay, good. So okay, yeah, I saw somebody put oops. How do you spell oops? Oops, oops, right? Two, okay, let's say hi. Hi, okay. Guess a not that high, a lower number. Okay, let's keep it simple. Oops, too high. Let me put it like this. Guess a lower number. Good. So it means we don't need to use elif, right? We need to use else. Okay. So else, we now say oops. Look, it's the reverse, right? Oops. Oops. Low. Guess a higher number. I hope you get the concept, right? So this you lost. No, you lost. We want the person to guess, right? We just want him to keep guessing. I understand that you lost part, right? But yes, you're almost there. Try again. Okay, good. So you understand the concept of the game, right? Good. So the secret number is 7. We guess 8 and we say, oops, hi, guess a lower number. So let's say a lower number. Let's say we say 5 again. Oops, low, guess a higher number. All right. Somebody say failure. No, don't be too harsh. It's a fun game, right? And one thing you should also know is this is a game that children could play, right? You don't want to be too harsh with them. Okay. So that's how when you're building games, it's not just adults. No, imagine a 5-year-old is playing this game and you tell him or her failure. How would that feel, right? I mean, it's harsh, right? We are humans, right? We're still in touch with humanity. It's painful, exactly. So, oops, it's too low, guess high again. Okay, good. Now, we have built the game. But can somebody tell me what's the limitation right now of this game? Anybody? Is the game fun? What's the limitation? No, not number of trials, right? Okay, see something. I said 5, right? The secret number was 7. We first say 8. And I ran this cell. Oops, hi, guess a lower number. I wanted to guess again. I had to go back and change our guess and say 2. Oops, too high. I had to go back again. So do you understand what I mean? I'm going back. Okay, that somebody brought up. It's not fun. Good. Somebody brought up that limited number of to guess. Okay. Somebody said something. There is no correct answer to iteration. Good. We can keep going forever. The game is not interesting. The number, there is no correct answer to iteration. Get the repetition. Good. The repetition is the limitation. But before we get to all that, this number is supposed to be a secret number. How comes we are seeing it? It's so obvious. Thank you, Joy. It's no more fun. We are seeing it. Yes, having manually repeating the number, good. So those are the limitations. And now that is how developers, data scientists, data analysts, software engineer goes over it. The first iteration will not be the best, but it builds the ground for what the other games will be like. So we have built the ground, okay? So we have a limitation of the game, all right? Now we want to improve on the limitations. Now that's how we start going over it again. So I'm not going to delete all this one. I'm going to leave it. But when you're building it for GitHub, make sure you tidy it properly. But for the learning purposes, I'm going to be building on it one after the other, right? So we go back. So we have listed some of the limitations, right? I'm not going to go over it again. We're just going to try to okay, let me just list some of the limitations, right? Limitations of the above version of the game. So we say, somebody said it's not fun, Somebody say, having to manually repeat the number. Somebody say, the secret number is not secret. Okay, let's just keep it simple like this. Good. So the first thing is we want this secret number to be secret, but it's not secret. Okay. Now the first solution is, let me put it like this. Good. Make the secret number secret. All right. Now, how do we achieve that? So we're going to copy this. All right. So let's copy the game. It is the game. Let's put it here. So we need, let's put it here again. So we need secret number. We need the secret number to be secret, and we need this guess. Okay. So we just leave our guess here for now. Right. Now, the beautiful thing, too much repetition. Good. Good. Okay. So having, okay, good. Now, the good thing about Python, why Python is one of a powerful language, it has a wide range of community, right? When I mean community, there are millions of people, thousands of developers who use Python. And when they encounter a problem, they create a, let's call it a library or a module or a package. You come across this package in the course of learning Python in this program that solves that problem. So we have a problem and we are playing a game. We have a secret number, but we don't want to see the secret number so that we can make the guess. It makes the game fun. So there is a package called random. All right. So don't worry about this. We shall cover it separately. So we want to import that package. So you say import random. Okay. So what does this do? You say random. If I put tab, okay, random dot. Okay, so there are many things you do. So if you import a package, okay, don't stress yourself about this. When we get to the last 4 weeks of Python, we are going to cover all this, right? When you import a package and you want to use one of the functions in that Python, right? So every package has different functions. So random is a package, it has different functions. So when you put some packages, you can put bracket direct, some you just need to put a dot depending. But if you put a dot, you press your tab button. So when I press the tab button, it shows me different things it does, right? Now, if you don't know what it does, you can quickly Google it about the random package and it will tell you what it does, right? So what we want to randomly select a number between 1 to 10, right? They are integers number, right? So to save time, there's what we call rand int. So we know that int is whole number, right? So we say rand int 1 to 10. Okay, this is a Python package. Don't worry, over time we'll get to cover packages in the future, right? But for now, so if I run this cell, it randomly selected 3. If I run this cell, 7. If I run this cell, 3. I run this cell, 9. It just keep randomly selecting numbers. Okay, so we are going to copy this, going to cut it, we're going to put it. So we assign this random select to a secret number. Then we'll put our guess, right? So let me run this cell. Now we have a random number assigned to secret number. We don't know what that number is. Okay. Now, can somebody in the chat help me guess? The first person, okay, 2. First person said 2. Now we'll run. Now we don't know if it's correct or not. We run it. Oops. Low. Guess a higher number. Okay, so the next person said 4. 4. Let's try 4. Oops. Guess a higher number. 4 is not the answer. Somebody say 9. 9. Oops. High. Guess a lower number. Somebody say 6. I saw 6 in the chat. Low. Guess a higher number. Somebody say, okay, let's try 7. 7. Congratulations. You guessed right. So 7 is a secret number. And to prove that, if we say print this, we're going to see 7 here. 7 is the number. Okay? So you can see the game is making sense right now. Good. Now, when you build something like this, when you start building a game, the next thing you do is, okay, fine, the game is taking shape. How can we improve? Okay, that's why when you have an application and you go to Play Store or the Apple Store, you always have there's update available. There's update available. Now, let's say we created this version of the game. All right, we created it. If you go to Google Play Store, there's a comment where people talk about the app, right? So before I download any app, I look at the comments. Based on what people are saying, I'm like, okay, fine. I'm not going to download this app. So for example, we created this app, okay? After we built this version of the app, this version here, V1. People say it's not fun. Having to manually repeat numbers. The secret number is not secret. Then the developers, which is us now, we go and create updates for that application and fix those errors. Okay? Now we have fixed that error now, right? So we can't say we have structured this line out. The secret number is not secret. It is now secret. But we still have some, the repeating part. We are going 7 is forever and all that. So we'll keep going over and over again, right? We keep repeating the number, right? So, what's the problem now? What do you want us to do now? Okay, I'm looking at time and I'm looking at how we can cover so much. So I want to know you have gotten the concept, right? So we can keep going to improve it again. Good. So I'm trying to cover many of the fixes at once because of time, all right? What is 11? Try 11, please. Salaku, can you really mean what you mean by try 11? Is it that we put 11 here or where? Random number. You mean I should put 11 in this place 10? Is it 1 to 11 you're referring to? Oh, if we put 11, we can't guess because the random number is between 1 to 10. There's no 11. So our guess has to be within the guess, right? So we can't put guess 11 because the numbers is between 1 to 10. Oh, okay. So if I say, okay, I get your point now. So if I say random number, so I put a secret number, we don't know where the secret number is, and I put 11, it will say, oops, high, guess a number, which means the guess number is higher. It won't crash the system at this point, but it's just higher. Good. So now I want to put everything together and see how I can create so much fixes to the game, right? So we will not get the solution at once. As the problem comes, we fix it, right? So there are 2 ways you can do this. Now I want to incorporate functions, okay? So you can see that we have incorporated if, remain, for loops and function, right? You get it, right? Remain, for loops and functions, right? So let's put everything together. So there are 2 ways we can achieve this. Now we want to make the game repetitive. So can we include that so we can tell the player the range? Yeah, we can do that. We'll get to that. We can do that. Okay. Yeah. So there are 2 ways we can incorporate function into it, right? We can either write, so if you want to do it with a function, there are 2 ways we can achieve this. We can either, how do I put it now? We can either create different functions for different sections of the game. So we can break the game into sections, create different functions, and create one function to call all the other functions. Or we can create one function that contains, how do I put it now? Yeah, the entire game, right? So there are 2 ways we can approach functionalizing the game, right? Putting the game in a function so that we just call the function. We don't have to be repeating everything. So we can either create different functions of the game, different functions for different sections of the game, and one function to call every other thing, or we can just have one function and that contains, that contains the entire game. So I would go with option 2 because, I mean, I'm mute. Can you guys hear me? Somebody said I'm mute. Oh, Andrew, I don't know, maybe it's your network. Maybe you need to log out of the call and log back in, but people say they can hear me. All right, good. So I will be exploring this second option. I'll be going with this option. I will advise you to see how you can do this, right? Good. Before we go to the create function, I want to tell you, I want to introduce you to the input function, right? Very quickly. We're running out of time. So let me do this. Name, age, country. All right. So somebody give me a random name. Anybody? Okay. Andrew was the last person that typed. Andrew. All right. Somebody give me an age. Any age. 45. Oh, 45 all the time. So, okay. Age is a number. 45. 45. Somebody give me a country. South Africa was the first country I saw. South Africa. Good. Now, if I say print name, print age, oh God, print country, okay? If I run it, good. Everything worked fine, right? Now, I manually just assign values. So there's what we call the input function, where you don't just type out the name. As you run the code, as you run the cell, it starts calling the name. It gives you option to input values, right? So I'll print all these things again, right? And I'll put them here. So I don't want to assign variables this way. I want to assign variables in a much more cooler way, all right? So I said, let me copy all this and put here, all right? And I remove this, and I remove this, remove number, remove South Africa. So that will call input function, input. You see it has turned to green, right? I can put it here, I can put it here, I can put it here. Now watch what will happen now. I'm going to run this cell. It says to type in the name, all right? Chigozie was the name I just saw. Chigo, the last person, Zie. All right? Now I press enter. It says I should type the age, 23. 23. I type the age. Country. Somebody type a country in the chat. Kenya. Type it. So I have used input function to assign variables to this. And you can see Chigozie 23 Kenya. All right? That's input function. Someone talked about input function the last time. So we're going to incorporate this into our game, right? Good. So I want to create, this is version what? This is, where's the game? Guess the let's play game. This is V1. This is our V2. Where's V2? This is V2, right? This is V2, V2, 2, right? Okay, now let's create the game version 3. BBB, let's play V3. Okay, good. Now, let's make it fun. All right. Somebody said we should tell. So let's make it a bit, let's start creating fun stuff, right? Let's say print, yeah, let's say print, what should I print? For 5, right? 1, guess the number game. Let me just guess the number game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see. Okay, good. Remember, I want to put it. Is it /n? Yes, good. New line. What's gonna print? Okay, let's make it a bit much more interacting. I would say I'm thinking of a number. All right. Okay, no, let me add this /n. So I have to go to a new line. Good. I'm thinking of a number between 1 to 10. between 1 to 10, right? So that somebody was talking about telling the person the range of the number. Let's say, let's print again. Print, try guess the number. All right. Good. Okay, we now put it. Now you see the game is now taking shape, right? This version 3 is a nice version, right? Good. So what do we start with? How do we put it now? Should we put everything in the same cell? Okay. Oh, so this is where the game is. Sorry. Random, good. So we say secret, that's spelling of secret number is equals to random. Thank you, Rashidat. I even forgot random. Is it round it? Yes, round it. Then we have 1 to 10, right? 1 to 10. Good. So we're going to use the input function to select the number, right? So we now say our guess, right? Our guess is equals to, so we wrap it in int so that it comes in as an integer input. So we'll put in the input number, right? Good. Right? So we run the game. It now tells us to add our numbers. If I say 5, good, it types 5, all right? Okay, let me just add one more print so that print, okay? Add 5. All right, good. Now our game is taking shape gradually, right? Good. Then we copy these things we had here. Remember this? We copy all this. And where do we put it? We put it here. Okay? So now if we run the game, we'll say 5. Oops, too low. Guess high. Now we have gone out of the game, right? We want a way the game can be repeating itself. Do you guys understand? We want it to go over and over again because now I want to guess another number, but I can't guess again. I have to go back to run and start again. So we're going to use a for loop, right? Okay, let's create another version. Now we have beautified the game. Let's create another version. Let's say P4. This one didn't really click for us. All right, so you know the problem of this one. It can't repeat itself, okay? So that's how we do, wait, so we create V3, V4. Yeah, we'll copy everything again. Now we want it to be repeating itself, right? So this is what we're going to do. All right, we're going to say, good. Before we create the game, let me just tell you something very important. All right, so I want to print 1 to 5. I want to print 1 to 5, one after the other, okay? So this is what we're going to do based on what we know. Let's say list of numbers. List of numbers, all right? It's equals to, I want to print from 1 to 5, one after the other. So 1, 2, 3. No, let me say 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Now, Python is very cool. Oh, someone say you're not following again. Oh, sorry. Maybe you watch the recording, but I hope all of you are following. I'm trying to be slow and simple, but yeah, maybe someone you're just joining. I hope you've been on the call, but you can watch the recording, right? You can. Oh, sorry. You can watch the recording. So I say for number in lists of numbers. Okay. Print number. Okay. So I've printed number 1 to 10. Okay. Good. We have print number 1 to 10. So what if I want to print numbers 1 to 1,000? Is this how I'm going to go over it again? Now there's a this was a problem, right? That somebody found the solution. So I'll show you something cool about Python. I don't want to start creating a list here. I want to do something cool. So I will say for num in, that's what we call range, Python range. You see it's now green. And I'll say, I want to print 1 to 10. So I'll say 1 to 11. I'll now say print number. So it's going to start from 1 and end in 11. So I don't need to create this list again, right? If I want to print up to 20, 1 to 20, if I want to put 120, this will be 1 to 21 because the last one will not print. So we're going to use this, right? Good. So remember this. So we're going to create a for loop, right? We want the game to be going over and over again, right? So let's say we want to run the game 5 times, for example. Okay. Let's say, so I want to move all these. So I highlight everything and I use command outside brackets and I'll say for, let's call this attempt in range. Let's say one, do it 5 times, right? 1 to 6. Okay. What do we do? Okay, let's put our input here. Let's put our input here with the print. Let's cut it and say, let's arrange it. Good. So now this will go, it will go 1 time. We're not going to use this attempt, right? It will go 1 time and go over and it'll keep going over. Yeah, range is a function, right? Good. So let's try this version of the game and see how it goes. Good. I'm thinking of a number. Try guess the number. Okay. 7. Good. Thank you. So we know the number is between 1 to 10, right? 7. Oops. Hi. Guess a lower number. 5. Somebody say 5. Oops. Hi. Guess a lower number. Okay. Somebody give me a lower number. Number lower than 5. 3. 3. This is our 3rd attempt, right? Oops. Guess a lower number. Number lower than 5. 2. 2. Oops. A lower number. We have 1 more attempt. Okay. Somebody say 1. Congratulations. You guessed the right number. You can see that the game is now making a bit more sense, right? We don't have to repeat it over and over again, right? But this is not a perfect game. There's a limitation. All right? I'll show you the limitation. Look at the limitation. Let me print the secret number. Print secret number. All right? Now look at the limitation of this version of the game. Watch. I'm going to run the game. Try to guess a number. We know the secret number is 9, right? Let's say we didn't get the first guess. I print 5. I say enter. It now say, oops, low, guess a higher number. I now say what? 9. Haven't I gotten the answer? I've gotten the answer, but congratulations, you have guessed the right answer. And it's still asking me to impute the number, which means our function, our game is not working properly, right? So there's a break function, right? If I guess the right number, let me just put break. End the flow, right? This is don't worry, you will get over it, right? You understand this concept. This means if the guess is equal to the answer, break out of this flow and end the game, right? It's this thing. How will I put it now? Yes, exactly. Thank you, Rashida. If not, it continues. So if this condition is not met, keep going over and over. But if this condition is met, break this and break out of the for loop. Thank you very much, Rashida. Okay, good. So I run it again, right? I run it. Okay, I've not finished executing, so I have to stop this. Good, I've stopped it. Let's start the game again. Now we know that the secret number is 5, right? We can see it because I say print the secret number. Let's say we guess the wrong answer. We say 9. Oops, too high gets a lower number. Let's say we guess wrong. We say 1. Oops gets a higher number. And we now say we get the right number. Let's say 5. You can see, congratulations, you guessed right. It has ended. Now the game is making sense, right? Now we can stop here and put everything in a function and just call it, right? But we have about just over 30 minutes, but let's optimize it a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. All right, good. Now this is what we're going to do. So this is version 5 now, right? Oh, somebody said they love Python. Right, that's nice. Let's put another version. I hope you're following. Now, what I want you to understand from this, oh, the secret number keeps changing. Whoever asked that question is because of this function, random int. So look at it here. I guess you were not on the call earlier. You see random int. Who has the question? Fatimo. You see? Look at it. This function says select any number, randomly guess in the number, right? If I run it, you see it's 4. If I run it again, it gives me 2. So we use this function to tell Python to randomly guess a number so that it's a secret number. So that's why it keeps changing. Anytime I run this cell, the number will change, right? So somebody say, what if we don't type an integer? Yeah, if we don't type an integer, it will likely give us an error. So if I say, let me run the code one time, if I put happy, it will give an error. It's not going to run, right? It will say an error. Invalid literal of int. You see, it will give an error because we didn't use an integer, right? Good. So that's why we need an integer. Say, if I choose 10 and I say, good, congratulations, the game is right. Good. So let's do version 5 of the game now. So I was about to say something. Oh, yes, you're welcome, Fatima. I was about to say something. Beyond the game, all right? We are using it to do a game. All right? You are doing a game. Now, this is how developers solve actual real problems in real life, build games, build different stuff. They keep going over and over again. As I said earlier, that's why every now and then they'll tell you, update the version of this, update the version, which means the developers have created an improved version of that game, or of that application, or of that solution, and they want to incorporate it into your existing or the older version. That's why we have subsequent version. Good. So we want to optimize the game again. All right. Now, we don't want to be going unlimited, right? We want to create number of attempts. So what's the optimization we want to do here? Let me just put it down here. We want to create number of attempts to make the game a little more fun, right? So let's copy this game. Okay, let's put it here. We'll remove the chicken number. Let's type something. You wanted to add the game number. Okay, good. Guess the number. I'm thinking of a number. Try guessing the number. Let's put something like print. Okay. Let me put /n. How many attempts should we give? You have, how many attempts should we give the person to guess the game? Somebody say 3, somebody say 4. I think 3 wins the day. You have 3 attempts, which means, right, you can choose the game 3 times. Good. So for the attempts, we're going to go for a range of 1 to 3, right? We just want to go through the game 1 to 3 times. If we're running the game for 1 to 3 times, what should be here? 1 to what? 1 and what? 1 and 4. Good. For somebody asking, let me quickly come down to say it. So let me come B. So if I say for num in range of this one, print num. All right. So 1 to 4, we print 1 to 3. If I say 1 to 5, 1 to 6, it will print 1 to 5. So the range will be from the first to the end, and the end is excluded. So if you want 3 attempts, we'll go 4 times. Good. That's nice. I hope we are all following. What else do you want to do? Everything is fine. Okay, good. So, why una no tell me about Python since? All right. So, quick one. Yeah, people say Python is hard, but for me, I think it's a cool game. It's cool. So, I want to do something. I want the game to be a bit more fun, right? Okay, let me just do it again. Right. So, we can play the game. You have 3 attempts. So, if I say 2, I didn't get it, too low. If I say 5, too high. If I say, let's say I say 10, oops, too high. Now the game have ended, right? It didn't really sit well. You understand? I didn't get the game. I used my 3 attempts. It just ended like that. So let's make it a bit more fun. All right. So congratulations, you have guessed right. Good. So oops, you guess right. Try a smaller number. Okay. Now let me put something a bit more cool. Let you see. So we have attempts in the game, right? We have attempts in the game. What if it at each iteration of the game, we tell the what do you call it? We tell the player the number of attempts they have left. Good. The number of attempts they have left, right? Oops, you guess high, guess a lower number. Let's say attempts left is equals to oh, okay, so let's create a variable here. Attempt equals to 3. So it starts with 3 attempts, right? No. This variable will not give us. Okay, no, we don't need to create a variable. So we don't need to create this variable. So we have attempt in range. So the first attempt will be 1, right? So let's say guesses left. So let me write this logic, then you will get it. So remember, let me do something. So this attempt, okay, let me just do quick. Let me show you something very interesting. Okay, if I say for attempts in range 1 to 5, print attempt, right? So we'll soon end up this game. So you see, the first attempt will be number 1. This variable will carry number 1. The next one will carry number 2. The next one will carry number 3. So we want to start counting down the attempt, right? So we'll say, how do we do this now? Attempts left is equals to, okay, this is what we'll do. I hope you guys are following. 3 minus attempts. All right, we'll now put it same place here. Attempt left. Then I'm going to explain right now. If you don't understand, I'm going to explain this right now. Okay, so what we want to achieve with this, let me look at the chart and see. Oh, Samuel, you didn't start from the beginning. We can't start going back to the beginning, okay? We have been coding. So maybe you watch the recording. We can't go back again, all right? Good. So what we want to achieve is that we want to be telling the learner how many attempts they have left, right? The version 5. Where's the version 5? Oh, from the beginning. Okay, it can't enter the screen. Let me see if it can enter the screen. Okay, yeah, it can enter the screen. This is the whole code. Let me put it down. All right, good. So this is how the code is. This is where we start. So when we assign the secret number, we'll put the number of attempts. So it will first come here and say, at this attempt will be 1. When it goes over, you don't guess it. It comes back again. Attempt to become number 2. Remember, the first one is 1, 2, 3. So when attempt is 1, we're going to the first iteration of the game. When attempt is 1, okay, if you guess and you guess correct, it will say 3 minus attempts, right? So the number of attempts left will be 3 minus 1 will be 2. The second time is going to be 3 minus 2 will be 1. Next time is going to be 3 minus 1. 3 minus 3 will be 0, okay? So let's go over the game quickly and I'll show you what I mean. Good. All right, let me delete this. I'm thinking of a number. Okay, you have 3 attempts. Let me see. You have 3 attempts. Okay, let me put this like this so that it's clean. N, and this one, N. Okay, good. So, okay, let me stop it. Good. Let's say, so the secret number is 5. So you have 3 attempts. Let me guess the wrong number. Let me say 7. Oops, you can see you have 2 attempts left. Let's say, let me choose another wrong number, 8. Oops, you have 1 attempt left. Let me choose another wrong number, 5. And, oh, I got the right number. Congratulations, you got it right. So let me choose 3 wrong numbers, right? Let's say the secret number is 1. I'll choose 5. Oops, I'll choose 8. Oops, I'll choose 9. Oops. Yeah, it ended the game, right? Attempts left 0, but it's taking shape. But I want to make it a little more gamified, all right? Let's say if you don't get the attempt, let's say something like, let's say what can we type if the person doesn't get any of the attempts? Can somebody help me in the chat? Sorry, game over. Okay, print failure. No, that's too harsh. That's too harsh. Game over is a bit better. Sorry. Game over, right? Game over. Okay. Maybe we can tell them the secret number. The secret number is we'll now put the secret number. Yeah. Let's put the secret number for the person to see, right? The secret number is this. The secret number is 9. We are human beings, right? Let's put something like you've exhausted your attempt. Okay, yeah. So, oh, we cannot put everything, but you guys get sorry. Okay, game over. You have exhausted your attempt, right? Okay, let's put it like this. Good. Cut. Yeah, thanks guys for helping. Print. Yeah, the secret number is this. Good. Game over. Sorry, game over. What was that thing? You have exhausted your attempts. Yes, good. Let's make it human and better luck next time. Better luck. Try a new game. Okay, yeah, let's try a new game. Try again. Okay, good. Makes sense right now. Good. So let's don't print the secret number. Let's see how it's gonna go, right? We are testing out the game. Let's see how it's gonna go. Let's run it. Okay, you can see this error. It said there's an error because I didn't close this. All right. Good. So let me close it. That's a businessman speaking, Benga. The player can buy more attempts and we make money, right? Good, exactly. Better luck next time. Okay, try again. Or okay, somebody say better luck next time. Better luck next time. All right, good. This makes sense. So let me run it. So you have 3 attempts. We don't know the secret number, right? So somebody help me guess the secret number. Anybody? 7. Let's see. Is 7 the secret number? Oops. 2. Oops, high. Guess a lower number. I need a number lower than 7. That's 5. 5. Oops. Guess a lower number. Oh, I see 3. 3. Oh, we didn't get it. Oh, the secret number is 4. Better luck next time. Okay. Is the game okay, or there's a limitation? What do you guys think? It looks good, right? But there's a limitation. I'm going to show you. Let me print the secret number. And I'll show you the limitations of this version of the game. All right. So we didn't get anything, right? But it said, oops, guess a lower number. Sorry, game over. Better luck next time, right? It makes sense. Now I'll show you the limitations of the game. So watch this. If I run this game, the secret number is 6, right? If I now type 6, I should have gotten the exams. It now says, congratulations. Sorry, game over. You have exhausted your attempt. The secret number is 6. Better luck next time. So there is a problem. Now we're going to find how to fix that problem, okay? So that's why when developers are building applications, when they build an application, or as a data analyst, data scientist, or anything, because data analyst, you can build your app too, right? Data scientist, you can build your app, okay? Somebody said, in every attempt. No, if the secret number is changing in every attempt, then it's much more difficult to track. Okay, so we need within that session of the game, we need the secret number to be fixed. We're trying to get a number, right? So imagine you are trying to pursue something. You're trying to shoot a target. The target needs to be fixed to shoot it, right? In a game of that, for example, if the target is moving around, then it's an entirely different version of the game. Exactly, that's another level. Thank you. So when they build an application, they don't put it out to general public. They will put it game testers. Okay. For example, I'm a drummer, right? When drum companies create a new version of the drums, they call professional drummer to test it. Okay. For example, when they test, they can tell them, oh man, this is an issue with this. Or Adidas, for example, creates a version of a boot. They call the world stars footballers and say, test this boot. Is it okay? If it's not, tell us where there are problems and we can fix it. Same thing with applications. They create applications, give it to selected few people to use it and tell them their experience, and they optimize it, okay? So now, let's create another version, right? Now, this version is cool, but it's not working. Let's create another version. This will be our final version. Good. And what we'll call this version? What will we call this version? Fix issue with function. Okay, good. I got a name. BBBBB. This is version 6, right? This is version 6, right? So the problem with this one is that even if we get the right answer, I still print congratulations, game over. So we want to put all this in a function, all right? We want to put all this in a function. So I copy everything. Excuse me. Final version. Yeah, final version for today, right? For this portfolio project lab. So you guys can take this notebook and play around and optimize it, create something much better. Okay. So we put it in here. Let's put the final version here. We want to put everything in a function, right? So we call the function. So what we'll do is this. We'll call the function, right? We'll call the function. We'll say def. What we'll call this function? Guess the number. All right. So for this function, we don't want to repeat anything. We just want to call the function and it's kickstart the game, right? Good. So we want to move everything, right? We want to move everything. If I press enter, this is where the game's supposed to start. The text supposed to start. But we have the text that is starting here, right? We want to move everything one step inside. So one of the ways to do it is you highlight everything. Then you press, let me put it in the chat. You press Control, let me put it as markdown. You press Control or Command for Mac users plus you press Control and this key. All right. So when I highlight everything, instead of me to be doing tab one after the other, I don't know how long it will take. So I'm going to highlight everything. All right. And I'm going to press, let me highlight everything. I'll press Control and the square bracket. You can see how everything marks out, right? If I want to comment everything out, I'll press Control and /. It makes it everything as comment. Yeah, a few tricks you can play with the numbers. So we have our function inside here. And what can we do? So remember, we are using break here, right? So since it's a function, we can just say return. This is, we end it, return, right? Is that it? Return. Good. I think this is fine, right? Any comment? You go share notebook, but yes, I will share the notebook. After the session, I will definitely share the notebook, right? I hope everything is fine. Good. So this is in a function. If we get the answer, now this is how it's going to work inside function, right? So this was the limitation of this one. When the for loop run and it break, it came out of this for loop and came and started printing this thing, even when we got the answer. But because we have put everything in a function, once it gets here and it say return, it ends and move out, okay? So let's test the game again. Let's print the secret number so we can see it. So let's run it. Now we have run the game, nothing happened because we have to call this function, right? So we call the game here. Then we call the game. What's happening? Uh-oh, the game is not working the way I planned. Oh, it's not on code. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Elizabeth. I was just wondering what's going on. So I was running this code and it was on raw. It's supposed to be on code. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. So I run the function. I was wondering it is not code. So these are simple mistakes you make when you're writing code. So I run it. Good. Now guess the number. So if I guess it's 4, I can see it's 4. Let me put the right answer. 4. Congratulations, you guessed right. You can see we didn't have that error of start printing everything. So now let's play the game. Let's play the game twice before I call it a day. Let me delete the secret number and we'll play the game. Okay? All right. Somebody help me. Guess the number. 3. Somebody, I see 3. We'll press 3. We'll press enter. Oops, low. Guess a higher number. Attempt left 2. Higher number, I see 6. I go with 6. Oh, you got it. Congratulations, you have guessed the right number. Okay, let's play it one more time again. We'll run the code and we call the number. You have 3 attempts. Guess number, I see 8. See 8. Oops, high. We have 2 attempts. I see 5. Oops, we have 1 more attempt. I see 1. Guess a lower number, 1. Uh-oh. Sorry, game over. You have exhausted your attempt. The secret number is 2. Better luck next time. Now, can you see we have taken 3 concepts, simple control conditional statement, for loops and functions, and we have built a cool game, right? This is something that you can put in on your portfolio, right? And tell the world that, okay, fine, this is the game, cool? So, like I did the last time, I've created the game. So I'm going to shut down this kernel. You can see it's green. Where is it green? Let me close this. You can see it's green. So I can say right click and say shut down kernel. So I've saved the game. The game is on my desktop. So I'm going to go to what do you call it? GitHub. So somebody said I should be slow this time, and I'm going to be slow this time. So I'm going to click on GitHub. I've logged into my GitHub account. All right, so you can create your account when you get into GitHub. I'm trying to zoom. You can see this is our expense tracker. Now I want to create a new game. I say new. The folder of the game, you say guess the number. All right. It says the name is available. What is the description? What can we put as a description? Anybody? And just put a simple description for this game we just built. Game of guess. Game of guess, right? Good. Game of guess. Make sure the visibility is public so that potential employers can see everything is fine. We say create repository. Good. So everything is done. We'll now go to upload the file. Let's go to the game. All right. supposed to go to incorporate. Somebody tell me. Add readme. Oh, I forgot to do add readme. Okay. You can watch the recording from the last one to know how we can go about it, right? Yeah, so I don't want to go over it again. So because of time, remember how we did over it the last time. You can watch the last video to update it. And I made a mistake, I made a step, but we can go over it next time. But okay, next time I will take my time to go over it, right? We have just 10 minutes left. Good. And is there any Q&A? Aniabet, I think I'll hand over to you. Okay. Aniabet, over to you.
Okay. Oh, Shego, that was amazing. We see the love, we see the emojis, we see the claps. Amazing, 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 amazing. I'm sure Shego can see this, and if he can't, I can see them for him. So yeah. So we launched the poll. So please engage on the poll that is on your screen. Yes, let us know how confident you are in building your own project, in building a project of your own without any assistance, without any guidance. Let us know. Do well to engage on the poll while giving up the reactions for Shego. Do not forget to engage on the poll. How is it? And then also for the next step, please let's be reminded that our next assessment, which is the loops and functions, that's the code challenge, is due on Wednesday, 3rd September at 11:59 p.m. Don't wait till the dying minute. Start learning now. I would encourage you on that. Start learning now and make sure you submit your assessment before the due date for a chance to score 100%, because after the due date it will be capped at 50%. And also for all of us that were asking for the recordings of this project portfolio lab, is going to be shared with you after this session. So please keep your eyes peeled on the Python program hub on the eOps space, and you will get the recordings for this session. So don't panic, you'll be able to catch up with everything. And so yes, we say a big thank you for joining us. And we set the tune to usher each and every one of us out of this session, out of this lab session. So thank you and thank you. Do well to engage on the poll, guys. The poll. Yeah, I see many of you engaging on the poll. Yes. Do well to engage on the poll before you drop off this call. Yeah. Over to the music.
Yeah. It's off for the money about come on my way. Go.
Obi Antone Coalition. Obi Antone Coalition. Yeah, be Obi Antone Coalition.
What else?
Code.
Huh?
Obi Antone Coalition. Obi Antone Coalition. Obi Antone Coalition. Code.
Yeah. Memma woni pe bi embu abonfia. Ahopo pro mo yenye na bo huntia. Oye wo time for jano manivia. Yambu amu amunsi na bumpia.
Se upe mo anyo menyi na edi. Nana nyameni awakano ne bebe mo. Se uma usa swabi ponyi ne tutu. So my party don't lose God, can't walk home out of everybody singing hallelujah, hallelujah. Everybody singing hallelujah, hallelujah. Make me sing, oh yeah. I say let me sing, oh yeah.
Namu fisa me shiase. Me kwaya masamba. I want you to kakra me fair munti no wo say my why me ni dama. We ni na ewu no. Na mo fisa me ya sanseni. Hwe. Uhumi ana wo ye ma show afede we ni bo me so pe na wo say hwan poni. Na nanya me nsa no. Afede bu hu me tutu. Man mo say me ya junkie ne sabusu bu kebi. Shame on you too. Afede me hu say me makobole yonki. Hwe no. Musa monkey. If I check, I just say you the hungry. Why you yank about that social boss key? Me woo ya the nananya metiase. When they mean pay will be an in the say. Man, I made a bench so I flower. No will be a for handkerchief from the Pamania. What else?
Nana nyameni ya wakano nebebe mo. Uma usa swabi ponyina tutu. So my party don't lose God, can't walk home my door. Everybody singing hallelujah, hallelujah. Everybody singing hallelujah, hallelujah. Make me sing oh, oh yeah. I say happy sing oh yeah.
My win me 10 years, me wank way back. My floppy, this be my payback. My enemies if for they God, men care so I don't want to disobey God. My try some of them me to prison. Wa bra mo ni particular reason. Mo dwe me ho, me need to go for your meeting. Fatu wasum, I don't wanna be repeating. Nya me na ebo me ho ban ti mo nye foko. Money no be problem, ga no ni me moto. To any hwe me ho na mani, ni me shot to. Me mo ninja watch na me don't know.
Kona wo boss run asasi ne munya menti na ya fra wo Adonai. In your mawaya mami ni me busia funa so many bebrenti I won't lie. Una wo boss run asasi ne munya menti na ya fra wo Adonai. In your mawaya mami ni me busia fonina. Body. She ran away from me man ne bu misuya. Se body. Ni wuri ya me fana wasirege. Baba body. Baba God, Baba you be too much, Baba God, Baba you be too much, Baba God, Baba you be too much, Baba God, Baba God, Baba God, Baba God. Say upe muanyo meni na edi. Nana nyameni ya wakano nebebe mo. Tawuma usa swabi ponyina tutu. So my party don't lose God, can't walk home my door. Everybody singing hallelujah, hallelujah. Everybody singing hallelujah, hallelujah. Make me sing oh, oh yeah. I say happy sing oh.